What up, fam? So, I guess y'all know I've been creating a lot of controversy, but it's for a very good reason. And I really didn't know what I was doing as it was happening because I didn't have any idea this was how this was going to unfold. But it's really beautiful if you think about it. So, that was all me channeling after I tapped into the Christ consciousness, and I didn't know that that's what I was doing, honestly. I was just trying to, further increase my awareness. And so when I did, I wasn't expecting it at all, but I knew that I was getting pretty far up in my awareness by not making stuff about myself. And that was what kept on blessing me and kept on blessing me. So that's when I tapped into it for the first time was Saturday. I took some acid, and it was crazy because the acid got brought to me from a friend I hadn't seen in 20 years, and he was really struggling. And so he about drove me crazy. That's why my face looks like it does, because that's what I do when I get completely stressed out, is pick. And I guess that's, residue of the drug use, whatever. It doesn't matter. I got problems just like y'all do. I promise you I do. Plenty of them. But I trust him to take care of them in time. And healing's a process, man. It always has been, it always will be. And so that's how I've healed, was being gentle with myself, man. It's not been, not go to rehab and cut it off real quick. And I guess that's really the main thing that proved to me that, I had known for years, because I've been to prison, I'm gonna say 2.5 times, because I violated my probation and went back to jail for a long time after my first sentence. And then I went back in 2024. And when I did, I ended up serving a year because of all things. And I'm not gonna lie, I was selling drugs. I shouldn't have been doing it. But at the same time, the drugs I was selling, I was not selling to anybody that was being harmful with them. Everybody that's buying from me had a job and all that. It doesn't make it right. I'm not justifying it by any means. However, when I did what I wasn't supposed to do, not friend, actually, she's supposed to be my cousin. I got a half brother, and anyway, it was his little cousin, and they had called me up, hey, will you get this for her or whatever. And it wasn't, like I was trying to sell directly to her or anything like that. She just called me up and asked me if I would get her something, so I did. And I should have been, more cautious, and I deserved what I got, ain't no doubt. But she ended up wearing a camera on me 3 times. But she only did it because the police are trying to take people out like they are. Let me turn this music down. Anyway, she wore a camera on me 3 times, and then, the only reason she did was because she got caught with a pill in off of Highway 280, and she had kids and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to kill her for a minute, but I had to sit back and take accountability to myself. I had to get honest with myself, man. And the truth of it was, I should have never been selling to her, because they were, ducking their rent and stuff, not paying their power bill, and I should have, been way more responsible about that. I shouldn't have been selling them in the first place, but being what it was, just being all the way honest about it, that's why I was shown what I was shown at the time, and I realize that now. And the first time I went to prison, it was all because I thought that I needed the money, because my dad is a narcissist. He's a prick too, for real. We're gonna get all the way honest about it. He don't care about nothing but himself, and I've given him the opportunity to come clean, about a lot of things. And my mom, that's one of my biggest regrets in my life, was not listening to my mom, because my mom told me all the conspiracy theories, and I didn't know any better, so I can't be really mad at myself. and but she would tell me all that stuff, and just like y'all did me at first, you just completely wrote me off immediately because it was inconvenient for me to tell you the truth. And I had not gotten honest with myself at that point because I didn't know I needed to, you know what I mean? We all grew up hearing the same shit. We all grew up, thinking that anybody who went against the grain was plumb nuts and they need to be in a psych hospital. I realize now that we wronged a lot of people thinking we were right. And it turns out God's showing us that all of them were right. And that's because of where we put our focus and our energy in these worldly things that are just illusions anyway. They're complete bullshit. There's a reason when you go to think about buying a new car and you go to look for that car and you start seeing it all over the road, because your reality and your awareness make you start concentrating on that car. So that shows you right there that that's how important awareness is. And awareness is important because I've already told some of y'all, but it's for a very profound reason. There's a reason you can pull electricity out of the air. There's a reason that magic is so real, and that's the part that they can't let you know. That's the part that's under the Vatican, and we're about to find out what's going on with that, because I'm not scared of them at all. All my faith is in Him, and they know that, and they know that it's over with for them. And I couldn't get y'all to listen. Y'all want to call me crazy, but now you see what I was trying to tell you, and I didn't realize I was even trying to tell you that. Y'all saw that I had to think I was God for a minute there to get the message, but I had to go back and reflect on the situation last night to realize that I was in the wrong. And it's okay to be wrong, man. It's actually good to be wrong, because when you're wrong, you need to find out why you're wrong. Because smart people, wise people, truly wise people, always keep their minds open for somebody else's opinion, and then we're going to talk it through and figure out why you're wrong or I'm wrong. And we're not going to get mad about it, man. We're just going to, and there's no agreeing to disagree, because there's only one truth. That's the part where they really screwed you around, because there's only one truth, man. And the reason we keep fighting all these wars and shit is my truth versus your truth, which is, in essence, religion. And the reason it's that way is because we misunderstand the truth. And the truth is that we all should be living by the 10 Commandments. Always. And the more we live like the 10 Commandments, the higher our awareness gets. The more we realize in our awareness what love truly is, and that if we're not selfish, if we put others before ourselves while not giving ourselves away, that's love. And the love's between all living things, and I'm about to show you. Stay tuned. So we don't need any of the Western medicine. We don't need any of all that shit is bullshit. Your solutions are spiritual. Y'all know that though, don't you? Because everything is spiritual, man. Everything. And so when we start repairing things, when we start healing, we do it by understanding the truth, man, because there's not supposed to be any suffering. And I know that to be true. I wouldn't tell y'all anything wrong. I've gone through too much to get to the truth myself, and me lying to y'all would mean I'd have to lie to myself. And nah, man, it took too much work to get to the truth. And that's why I'm able to bring y'all the truth, because I got all the way honest with myself. And so I guess what I'm trying to tell you is, even if you don't agree with what I say, please listen, because I promise you I'm telling you the truth. And there's a reason for the circle of life, the reason for the geometry, the reason for the pi is because the circle of life, man, the circle of life always comes back to the truth, man. You ask some of the brightest minds. But I think this video is about to end. I think you can only do 10 minutes. 10 minutes on YouTube, but I'll pick up in the next one. I love y'all, man.